Future Jackson here. Sorry, just adding one thing before I start. I forgot to mention at the beginning. The Gone Pursuit studio, I've done all the recording. I just need to do the editing and the joining up, and that video should be out within the next, I hope, a day at max. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. That one will be out soon, I promise. Hi everyone, Jackson here. Welcome back to the daily endeavours for the 23rd of January. We've got a 10 seal set. As always, timestamps will be in the description for if you want to fast forward to a specific one. We've got cloth reducing plants, dealing damage with siege weapons using ult, defeat a dragon, and defeat cycle bosses in the Infinite Archive 3. Why the fuck does this one come up again? I hate this one. 10 seals, don't bother. For 10 seals, this is so fucking low value. Fucking, I would send this thing to Jesus if I could. It's very bad. Not the worst option that you could possibly get. It's not as bad as arenas or anything like that, but still shit. Infinite Archive, it is base game, but getting to 3 cycle bosses, like, that is a lot of time invested just for 10 seals. Compared to this stuff, it is so much quicker doing any of this stuff here than it is doing cycle bosses. Even cloth reducing plants, you know, worst case scenario, you probably get this done in half the time that you could do this one. I just don't think it's worth it. Because ultimate abilities, right? You think maybe you can just do your ultimates in here? You can do your ultimates in like 5 seconds. Let me show you. So, you want something that has a cast time. Dawnbreaker is a good example. The reason for that is you block. I don't know why my character's not making any noise. I've checked the audio setting. There's a bug that's come up with one of the recent patches. Characters don't make any noise. It's weird. But yeah, so cast times. The reason you want that is you cast it and then you immediately block. So go this. Oh yes, I can hear my character really. That's weird. So yeah, as you can see here, you block just after you cast the ability, and what it does is it cancels the ult. It still counts for this, but you retain your ultimate cost. So you can just keep spamming it over and over. There's a couple of classes that do this way better. Sorcerers, you can just do Overload, their storm calling ultimate. This line here. All you have to do is slot it and just press R a bunch of times, and it's just a toggle, and it still counts as using an ultimate ability. So that one you don't even need to use ultimate to do that. Wardens are also great, because their first class line, the Animal Companion, they've got the bear. When you cast the bear, like if you have the bear out, just right-click the icon in the active effects and you remove it. And what you do is you cast it, and while you're taking like the 3 seconds to cast it, if you block in any of that time, it cancels it, just like it does with this. So Wardens are really great too, because you have like 2 seconds to block to cancel it, and it's just, you really can't mess that up as far as ult cancelling goes. So yeah, any of that stuff. Rend is also a great option. Templars have their Crescent Sweep ability, the Atrix Sphere ultimate. Nightblades have God, what's the original? Soul Shred? The Siphoning ultimate. That one also can also be block cancelled. Just going through. Arcanists, Necromancers, and Dragon Knights. None of them have any ults that have a cast time. They're all instant, so you can't use it with them. I don't know. Meteor's instant, so you can't use that. Undo is instant, so you can't do that. I believe these are also instant. Yeah, so just Dawnbreaker and Rend are like the only non-class based ones, and then classes, Nightblade, Sorcerer, Warden, Templar, all good.
Soldier, the pact needs you.
Okay, so next up, dealing damage with siege weapons. Ignore the tooltip. You can attack anything. It's just bullshit. You're going to need a siege weapon. All you need for this is 1 5-volt ballista. So you can get these from siege missions, as she is here, for example, in the Ebonheart Pact. You just go down here. One of these costs 750 gold. It is a bit painful spending that kind of gold, but 750 gold to get a 10 seal done in like a couple of minutes is pretty good, I think. Alright, so once you got your ballista, you can buy these from guild stores too. They're a lot cheaper on guild stores, but like, look at that. It's only 50 gold on a guild store, so you can make a hell of a lot more investment on those. But it's just, you won't always be able to find these on guild stores. They're a little bit unreliable, I find. But yeah, definitely check guild stores if you can. Definitely use Tamriel Trade Center. So what you want to do is, we're off to very specific locations. So naturally, right now, I could travel to King's Crest and just go to one of these resources, just set up a siege weapon and attack the guards on the resource flag. They won't move. They won't try to intercept you, long as you attack it from the maximum range of the ballista. But I prefer to use these. So this thing here, the Volendrong spawn location, this won't show up for you. This is an add-on. But it's this location here for Ebonheart. For Old Mary, you've also got a location here. And for Daggerfall, you've also got a location right here. So these are actually behind the keep walls. The Scroll Temple walls. So if these 3 keeps are under your faction's control, you've got nothing to worry about. These areas will be completely safe from enemy players. I mean, unless one has stayed. But I'm pretty sure if the keep closes, it's like a kill thing comes up, like a kill mechanic, and you can't stay or something. But yeah, like the odds of you seeing a player in here when these 3 doors, when these 3 keeps are owned, is like quadrillions to 1, I'd say. But yeah, if they are open, again, you probably won't see anyone here anyway, unless Volendrong has actually spawned here. Because like other than that, there's no reason to actually be here. There's nothing value. The scroll's over here, blah blah blah. So yeah, maybe just try and find a campaign where your faction owns these 3 keeps here. In this case, we do, so this is safe. Yeah, it's just so that if you do rock up and find players, they won't kill you and you have to respawn and try again. It's not much of a trek, but yeah, if they sit there and wait for you, then it's obviously not very good. The thing is, you could die 20 times, and this would probably still be quicker than doing 3 cycle bosses in the Infinite Archive. Right, so the Ebonheart Pact is quite easy to use because you get your ballista and you just chuck it right in the middle of these 3 like rocks and logs here. Usually I just shoot it into the middle of the thing, and I usually hit a couple of enemies. Okay, so if you don't hit anything more and these guys come after you, just calm down. Just don't worry about it. They will de-aggro from this distance and go back. So just heal it up, put your siege weapon back down. And the reason this is good is what will happen is they can't heal themselves. So if you shoot them one more time, they will die. And you don't want that, because that'll mean you have to take a while for them to respawn. And if other players want to do this too, it's just annoying for them because it means they won't be able to shoot them until they come back up, and it can take a little bit to respawn. That being said, even if you do have to wait 5 minutes for them to respawn, again, it is way quicker than doing 3 cycle bosses in the Infinite Archive. So that's all you got to do. Just attack those saints at that shrine with a ballista, and you are good to go. And the shrines on all 3 of these locations, this one, and this one, they're exactly the same. It's just 3 golden saints. They all have that amount of health as well. So if you manage to hit all 3 of them at once, you will basically instantly get this done, and you can just immediately set your siege weapon back up. It's just a bit difficult to try and hit all 3 at once, though. You have to really, you have to time your shot perfectly, and don't really need to bother trying to be perfect there. Just shoot them and see how you go. Okay, next up we got collecting cloth reducing plants. So this one will be a little bit time consuming, especially if you don't have any surveys. But there's something I want to show you. So clothing materials, I do show this one a lot. If you go here to these things here, these are all the cloth reducing plants that you can get. And if you want to know what they look like, you click on it, it'll show you an image of what the plant looks like. This is what every single node of that specific item type looks like. So once you know what one looks like, you know what they all look like. And if you scroll over it, it'll show you like an image. So it's, yeah, it's really good. So Ancestor Silk and Jute, these will probably be the two most common that you'll see, because this one is what you get at max level clothing, and that's what you get at minimum level. So if your character is max level but has level 1 in clothing, you'll get 50% chance of Ancestor Silk, the red one, and then 50% chance of Jute. If your character is like 5 out of 10, you will get, which one was it? Ebon Thread. So it'll be 50% Ancestor Silk, 50% Ebon Thread. If your character's level 1 and you've somehow managed to get max level crafting on them, you'll get Jute 50% and Ancestor Silk 50%. It's just depends on your level, depends on your crafting level. It's just a bit dependent on that. Now, finding cloth-reducing plants can be a bit difficult sometimes. Depends on how active the player base is, but they have predetermined spawns. So this is a guaranteed spawn for a cloth-reducing plant. It won't always be here, but unless someone's grabbed it recently, usually it is. Now, there's many zones you can choose from. If you can get to Craglawn and it's not busy in an area that you've found, and you can find some, that's good, and probably the best option, because when you're collecting anything of the, so it's the cloth-reducing plants, the woodworking, the rough wood, the platinum seams, or like the jewelry seams, and then the, vampirism, the blacksmithing ores. All of those have a small chance to, like this stuff here, they have a small chance to drop Nurcrux, which sells for a fuck ton. So if you can find some in Craglawn, it's good. And Craglawn is also so dense, full of nodes, that usually you'll find all your clothing nodes here very quickly. Just understand that other players will have the same idea and will probably be doing the same thing. If you can come here when it's like the opposite of prime time, when all the Americans are asleep, that would definitely be your best option. So here's another Ancestor Silk. I find Ancestor Silk to be really good because it is like blood red, as opposed to like most of the zones being like usually browns or greens or grassy, green grass. There are some like very specific areas which are red, which might cause issues, but most of the time you can just see Ancestor Silk so far away. Alright, so go through a couple of things that can help you here. So firstly, Keen Eye Cloth. When you get close enough to stuff, it'll like give you... You can see it before with the Ancestor Silk that I found. It does like a shiny effect, so you can see it easier. Can help you if you're still not too familiar with what they look like. But yeah, Ancestor Silk is like blood red. You can usually... It looks like spider webs, like red spider webs. They're very easy to spot. And Jute was like that green plant with the yellow flowers. That one's also usually easy to spot from far away. Yeah, that can help. If you're on PC, you can also get the harvest map add-on. So what that'll do is if you go clothing, every clothing node that you've found in the past will actually show up. And so you can look on especially with a mini-map, it's really good. So you can just we'll go over here, check this node spawn over here. Okay, there's not one here. Obviously it's not they won't always spawn in locations, but just always check these areas that you've searched before. Here we go, here's one. So here's an example. So this can really help you find them too. The only thing is, you need to set up yourself. You need to go out and collect all this stuff for it to show up. But yeah, it can really help you, that one. Don't pull me in. Ha! Hey, fucker! One more thing to go through before we move on. So, with cloth-producing plants, if you have access to any clothier surveys, this can really help speed up this one. So, deploy these surveys give you 6 nodes. Now, you might think Furrier's traps wouldn't be cloth-reducing plants, but guess what? They are. So you can use these as one of them. So you take the Furrier traps, and then you take the 4 lush nodes that you get, and that's 6 nodes right there. So this one can pretty much get you straight through it. You see 2 random ones that you can find across the wilderness. Just one thing to note, if you only have 1 survey left, I do advise holding on to it unless you absolutely obliterate writs constantly, because there are endeavors that come up that require you to do a survey. The only way to do them is to do a survey, so if you don't have one, you're screwed for those, and usually they're pretty good compared to some of the other shit that you get in endeavors. So it would probably be best to hold at least 1 of those, if not 2. But if you've got a bunch of them, fucking go for it. Usually I hold on to my enchanter surveys because I find they're the ones that I need the least. But yeah, you do you. Alright, so last of the, I think, good options, we've got 1 dragon. So you're going to need elsewhere for this. I think originally there was one way to do this without elsewhere. I mean, now you've got infinite archive, you might get a dragon. But like, that is so unreliable. I don't know, maybe if you want to do these 2 together, maybe try and get a dragon, but if you don't have elsewhere, honestly, just do this one. I think this one would be more reliable than that. You could also do the prologue quest. Apparently that was, I don't know if that's a thing anymore, but that prologue quest also has a dragon, so that's a way to do it without elsewhere. But yeah, I don't know if you can actually do that anymore. Okay, so here's a dragon. They show up. These are basically the incursions for elsewhere. Getting to these is quite painful in northern elsewhere. I did show you southern elsewhere last time, so I don't want to do that again. But like, I just want to show you something different. But yeah, southern elsewhere is definitely better because all of the locations to reach the dragons are a lot closer. This one, there's big bridges and lots of verticality in northern elsewhere, so getting to these dragons is a bit of a pain, but I'll show you how to get to this one. So start from this way, Sean, go here, and go over the bridge to reach it. So I think these ones should be a lot less crazy. Oh, there was an ancestor silk back there. Yeah, look around for cloth nodes too while you do this. That might be a good idea. So yeah, judging by how slowly this dragon is dying, there's not many people there. Which is good and bad, I'd say. Okay, looks like they might actually be a bit hurt if they're flying already. We'll see how we go. So if you can pack one, I suggest grabbing a purge, a skill to remove negative effects, because dragons have a nasty special ability that puts a big fucking damage over time effect on you. And the only way to remove it is via a negative effect remover. This thing here. So you get this, try and purge it away, because it will make you... It'll give you much easier time surviving it. Obviously, if you can just heal it, that's fine. But if he's on you, having that hit you and all the other shit can make it really, really difficult sometimes. Alright, so that's a dragon done. I'm trying to wait for another dragon to spawn just so I can show a bit more of how they work, but fucking none of them are spawning. What's going on? Might have to go to southern elsewhere, but that one will die so fast that I won't be able to show it. Okay, here's one. So they'll spawn on the map before they reach their destination, and they'll travel around a bit and fucking mess around, and then they'll go to their location. So I believe... I'm pretty sure this one is over here, but I could be wrong. It looks like it's over here. Alright, so this one, you want to travel down this road. Right, so once you get around here, you want to start heading this way. Once the open space curves a bit to the right there, go up here, go around this Hajmoda, go up this hill. You'll know you're on the right. You know you're up the right hill when this this big Khajiit. Sorry, I can't remember what they're called. The big Khajiit. Thane Rat, is it? No. Cathay rat? I don't know. Sorry. Alright, so here we go. So on this, if you're standing on the side of them, you'll get wing swipes. You want to block them. There's a lightning smash there. Watch out for this big lightning area here. Oh, look at this mad motherfucker. He doesn't care. Okay, yeah, there's the wing swipe, so you want to block that. So when he does this, you want to block. Or roll dodge it, like that. Oh god, get out of there. Okay, this thing here, you want to purge this, because it does a ton of damage. Okay, so it's moving. The cavalry has arrived now. So yeah, anytime you see a wing swipe, as soon as you see a wing move, fucking block that shit, or roll dodge it. Okay, so this, he does like a, they will do like a lightning breath on the ground. You can avoid it, but you just have to be a bit careful. Just keep moving. The storm atros need to be dealt with. These things here, I believe they empower the atros if they last long enough. I'm not sure. I haven't seen them too much. Right, actually hurt me when he landed. I think that's meteors or lightning. Oh, it's the lightning AoE. Sorry, he looks like the fire dragons. I'll lose track of it. Yeah, this thing here. So purge, get rid of it because that does tons of damage. Wow, that wing sight, as if that hit me. There's a lightning breath. Hurts. So you can raw dodge the breaths. I don't know if you can dodge all of them, but that's one of the effective ways to survive in Sunspire, the trial. So I usually stick right here, but behind the leg. It's kind of between the tail and the wing. You will usually get wing swipe there, but you just don't want to be standing in front of them because they have like a bite attack as well that hits like a truck and puts a bleed on you. So yeah, as you can see there, we've got the other dragon here. So you just travel from this way shrine over here. Obviously, getting these way shrines is a pain because this is the only way shrine you start with at first. Again, I would highly suggest using this. Because all you need is like these two way shrines and this way shrine. And the area itself is a lot smaller, so it's a lot easier now to navigate. Okay, any questions about any of this stuff, just let me know. But that's Daily's concluded for now. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I'll see you next time. And take care.